you have any video projects, anything in the works? Like, what are you doing right now?
Well,
Besides
I
getting your wrist
was,
fixed?
but yeah, that's on a brief pause. So yeah, we were working on the East Coast, just trying to get a new trick dialed, and then on top of that, I was just trying to take advantage of that East Coast scenery, and there's so many good spots out there to ride and film at. So we were kind of mid project on that, and yeah, so it's a little bit of a pause. So, but I mean, that's how the sport goes.
Her and her dude said they've been going back east last like what 2 or 3 years probably. Like when it gets super shitty and hot out here, they've just been going back east to Massachusetts. Like her dude's from Connecticut, so it's like right there. Our buddy Brody Wilson lives out there. He has a dope ass course, foam pit, everything. She's been out there like working on flipping, just a bunch of different stuff. And like you said, it's just a different scenery, so much different tracks, dirt, like everything. Yeah,
I mean, I grew up in San Diego and this Southern California since I was 7, and I love riding dirt bike tracks. So to go, even though their tracks are more like vet track-esque, they're not, you know, big jumps or it doesn't get that rough, it's still so fun to get to ride just a different track. Yeah. The ones you haven't been riding since you were 7 years old.
Yeah, I could imagine that. One thing I wanted to talk to you about, in 2019, you broke a record, a world record set by Evel Knievel.
Yep.
Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, it was the firewall record. It was, I don't know, it was kind of corny in my eyes at first. I mean, I don't know, like I approached them and I wanted to do something different, and History Channel kind of came back with this firewall thing. And I mean, I'm not going to say no, but it wasn't my first option. But yeah, it was something cool, something completely different. And yeah, just, I don't know. It's something you don't really like. I don't know. How do you train to just go through walls on fire? But you know, that's
you're used to doing something like gnarly, like
yeah, for sure. And
really
at first,
scaring yourself.
Yeah, and at first it was like I said, it was super corny because they like set up like pool noodles. So for me to go through it, I was like, "What's that?" And they're like, just so you can get like a visual to where it's like you can go through it and then there's nothing on the other side, and you know, like you're going through something. I'm like, it's a pool noodle.
You're like, have you like, what seen are we doing? I do on the daily? Like, come on.
I'm like, just set the walls up. It's fine. Like,
so it was just first try, executed off.
Yeah, we did a couple passes just to like get speed sorted of like how fast do I want to go, and not so fast that it's like completely over in 1 second.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they wanted to find a speed to where it's, you know, still visually, you know, appealing to watch. So I think we only set it like 35 miles an hour. It wasn't that much.
Wow. Did they hurt when you hit them at all?
No, it was pretty good. I mean, that helmet helps. And we built like a front number plate made out like a metal piece that went on the front of the bike. So obviously that headlight came out, and we did a couple things to just make sure debris wasn't going to be on me or on the bike. And that was about it. I think the gnarliest part that we had to figure out like day of was the fumes. So like I had an open helmet under here. So all the fumes were coming in. I think we did a quick test pass at like, there was only 8 maybe. And I went through in about 5, all the fumes were starting to come in my helmet.
And you're trying to not
breathe
all that in.
Yeah, and I'm trying, not really breathe, but see. It's like when a campfire like turns and it blows in your eyes. I was starting to get that. And I was like, I wanted to close my eyes, but I got to see where I'm going. So I was just like squinting as hard as I can. My eyes were just naturally just shutting. And I'm just like, all right, the end's here. It's got to be here soon. And that was the only gnarly thing. I was like, oh, shoot, we got like, I only made it, 5. I'm like, we got to figure this out because we got to go to 13 or something like that. So I was like, oh, all right, we got to figure that out. So my buddy Benny from Bell, he came over and literally sat with my helmet and just super glued every single vent. And we got one of the off-roads neck sleeves and then tucked it in my suit. And then I was good.
Really? Didn't get any fumes through or nothing?
Yeah, no, that was the only gnarly part to sort out. And we didn't figure that out, that we needed to sort it out like the day before.
What was your first pick? Like, what would you want to do for the world record?
Something like with distance. I think that would have been really cool. But that was the year like I was paired with Axel and he was doing all his sweet stunts too. So like so
you're pissed off the whole time you're watching him jump 390 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to go that far, but his warm-up jumps look like, I was like, all right, I could probably jump
like 250, 275-ish.
That would have been all right. But yeah, the old, what was it, 3-something? I think
I got a video, or I seen a video of him crashing at like 396 when he crashed. Like that was gnarly.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
Oh,
390.
That's absurd.
Yeah, he did one like that. The one he crashed on, I wasn't there for that one. But we had similar days on like test days where he was doing stuff and I was doing stuff, and we had one similar, and he did that same, like, he kind of started to open up to land like as you would, but just with the distance, he did it too soon. So he just started to get that floater feeling. And I was sitting at the landing just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to watch my friend die right now.
Dude, going that far, like with his crash, how he got super lucky. Like he got lucky.
So lucky.
He could have ragdolled him and flipping and
my gosh.
Yeah, he got super lucky. What it takes to have it pays off to have skills on a motorcycle. Like even when you're crashing, you can figure it out sometimes.
Yeah, and that's typically when it counts, you know? Like if he would have just gave up, that would have been
or just threw
worse.
the bike or something.
Exactly,
like I think he barely broke an ankle or something, right? Like
I mean,
some road rash. Like it wasn't too bad.
Good chunk of road
crashing
rash,
at 396 feet.